It's really, really windy here this morning. All night long it was really windy. We didn't have a whole lot of rain, but it was so super windy. And I have a special microphone that is supposed to like take out any background noise and wind, but it's not working properly, and I gotta get that figured out. So I'm just using my regular microphone. Hopefully you can hear me. So this morning, did not sleep great last night, but not horribly either. I was warm enough. I was just uncomfortable, you know, just old old bones. But anyway, so this morning, we have a 1.5 mile hike from here to the top of Springer Mountain, where we'll be able to stop and fill out the logbook, and then after that, we'll be heading to either Hawk Mountain campsites or Hawk Mountain shelter. The shelter is like about a mile past the campsites, so I'll have to talk to Shelby. If we go to the campsites, it'll be like a 9.2 mile day. If we go to the shelter, it'll be like around 10 miles. So I had planned to go to the campsites just to, you know, try to keep our mileage low at the very beginning, like around 8 miles a day for the first couple weeks, and then slowly progress up to like 10 miles and then on. So anyway, I had a little spill in my tent, spilled water, so I had to mop all that up this morning. It's so windy and cold, very, very cold, so I'm sitting here all kind of wrapped up in my blanket, but I gotta get out of my warm stuff and get out there and get my tent cleaned up. So anyway, I'll catch back with you later. Bye. Good morning. I did not stop and talk to y'all at the top of Springer because it was so windy and so cold. Like the wind gusts would knock you over. It was that windy and absolutely freezing. It's very cold today, and it's going to be very cold tonight. Anyway, I'm here at the it's the U.S. Forest Service Road 42. There's a parking lot here. Some people don't do the approach trail from Amicola. They drive up here and park, and then they walk a mile south to the top of Springer, and then backtrack back through this parking lot and the direction I'm going to go.
most welcome sights is when you get to a sign like this that says camping and water, and you know that's where you're headed. So I'm headed into camp. It's supposed to be super cold tonight. Wind chill taking it down to like -2. So I'm hoping to find a very protected campsite, please. Shelby's already there and she's waiting for me. So I'll talk to you from my tent probably. Hello. So I'm sure you can hear that wind whipping outside. Wind chill tonight is supposed to be -2. We're at Hawk Mountain campsites, not the shelter, but the campsites here are built kind of into the embankment, which gives us protection on like 3 sides from the wind. So hopefully that will give us enough protection and we'll be able to make it through the night without being too cold. I'm really worried about Shelby though, because her tent doesn't, the outside vestibule doesn't go down like, or the wind fly doesn't go all the way down to the ground. It leaves like this massive space and all this air can come in. So she turned it around so that that space was like towards the embankment, which hopefully that'll help keep it from getting too cold. But she was cold last night. I wasn't. I was very cozy last night, but she was cold. So I'm worried about her tonight. I told her if she starts getting too shivery, she should get up and come over to my tent and we can, because I have a 2-person tent, so she can come in here, bring her mat and that, and the 2 of us in here will probably keep each other warmer. And my tent has a lot more. Jesus, my tent has a lot more. It's more stable in the wind because she uses trekking poles. Mine is has regular poles, and mine seals down closer to the ground so that you don't get the drafts. So anyway, I made space so that if she has to come in, she can come in. But I'm basically here. I've got my hoodie on over top of my fleece, over top of my heavier merino wool shirt, and I have like 3 pairs of pants on. So I'm really set in for a cold night too. I'll probably take this off and so I don't get overheated, because you can get too hot and then you're sweating and then that's not good for you either. The campsite is not the best. It's kind of on a slope. So if Shelby comes in, she should sleep on uphill so that she slides into me, because I'm heavier. That way I won't be crushing her. But yeah, it's the best. I was so cold when I got to camp. I just didn't want to spend a lot of time looking around for another site. I just wanted to go ahead and set up. So I got set up as fast as I could. But yeah, it is cold. It's very cold today. Tomorrow's going to be cold, and then I think it should start to warm up a bit. So it looked so good before I left, and then this big cold front decided to come through. So it is what it is. So hiking today went well. It was actually not a bad hike. The hike up to Springer was a bit of a climb, and it was so cold on Springer. I was so disappointed because I wanted to spend more time there, but the winds were so cold, and I couldn't set up my tripod because it would just blow over my camera. So I didn't get a lot of video there, which was disappointing. But then after that, we kind of came down and we kind of walked through around back and forth over this creek all day today, which was kind of nice. And then there was a little bit of a climb up to here, but not bad. Easy, not too bad of a day. I expect tomorrow to be a more difficult day. And today was, I may have to get back with you on that. I'm not sure. I think it was 9.2 miles, I think. But I'll check that out and put that in the ending here. So anyway, I am going to sign off for today. And snuggle down, try to keep warm. and save my battery, because cold weather and batteries do not work well. So I have to sleep with my batteries. I have to sleep with my water filter, which I may need to get a new water filter. I wasn't thinking about it, but all day it was sitting in my pack and it may have frozen, and if it freezes, it's no good. So there's that. But anyway, so yeah, I have to sleep with my water filter. I have to sleep with all my electronics. I have water, a bottle of water in the bottom of my toe of my sleeping bag, so that hopefully when I wake up tomorrow it won't just be frozen solid, because it had already started forming ice crystals in it. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit of water in the morning. And okay, that's it. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning. Today is Monday the 23rd. Today it's supposed to have a high of 14 with gusts, I don't remember how fast, but pretty strong wind gusts, and a wind chill of -2. Tomorrow overnight it's supposed to go down to like a wind chill of -4. So Shelby and I are going to hike down to Hightower Gap, which is not far. It's like a mile maybe from here, and see if we can't get off the trail for the night, stay in a warm bed, and then get back on tomorrow. So anyway, I will keep you up to date with what happens and how that goes. It was a very cold night last night. I had on almost all of my clothes, and all night long, just lots of wind gusts, shaking the whole tent, stuff blowing all over the place, and cold, very, very cold. So I'm very cold right now. It's the hardest part about sleeping outside is getting up in the morning and packing up, especially if it's cold. So I'm trying to get up everything packed and get on my way so we can get down to that gap and maybe call and see if we can get somebody to come and pick us up, a shuttle, and into a hostel, and see if we can spend the night in a warm bed. So I'll let you know how it goes. Hello. So nice to talk to you again from this beautiful hostel that is warm. We had actually it turned out to be a really lovely day. Last night was horrible, super duper cold. So the wind was just ferocious, and it was all night long. It was very windy, and then all of a sudden it would like gather, and you could like kind of almost hear and feel it gathering, and then it would just whoosh down, and you'd have all these branches falling on your tent, and it was just so cold. So we got up this morning and just decided we can't do this again, because tonight is supposed to be just as cold, if not colder. So we decided to get off trail. So we hiked 1.3 miles, I think it was, to Hightower Gap. But before we left the campsite, I had used my satellite communicator, my GPS communicator, to text the hostel here, and just said, we need to get off trail. Do you have room for us? And can you pick us up? And they got back to me and said, yes, we're running all over getting people, but we'll fit you in. So we get down to the gap, and we waited I texted again and said, we're here. And they sent someone out. So it was probably about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. We waited, hiding behind some guy's truck, try to give ourselves some respite from the wind, and then came in, and it's just been so nice. We're at Above the Clouds Hostel in Georgia. We were planning to stay here after we got to Neal's Gap on Wednesday, but we're here tonight. So tomorrow we'll get a shuttle back to Hightower Gap, and we'll just head on from where we were. And it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow. Like, it's going to still be cold, but normal cold, not
the freezing temperatures. Like it was 14 degrees last night with wind chills up to -2, I think. And tonight it's supposed to be the same with wind chills up to -4 or something. So it's just crazy. There's like 30 people here. I think Shelby and I got the last room and this is it. And so we're going to share this queen size bed. But we're just so thankful to have it. So that's where we're at. Anyway, do you have anything you want us to add?
I don't have a microphone, so no.
All right. Well, here, you can talk into this one. All right. Well, I will check back with you tomorrow from trail and let you know how tomorrow goes. And hopefully I'll get some videos tomorrow because today, of course, it was so cold I couldn't even bust out my camera on trail. But we only hiked like a mile anyway, so there's not much to see. But it was, I will say, though, slightly treacherous coming down because it was all downhill from where we were, which is nice. I like downhills, but it was like the trail was like maybe 2 feet wide, maybe. So you have like embankment on the one side, 2 feet to walk, and then like a sheer cliff on the other side. And it had started to snow and ice, and there was it was very slippery. So it was a bit treacherous coming down, a little scary, but anyway. So, all right. Well, we'll talk to you again. Bye.